In this video, I'd like to show you how I made my own bead rolling dies and my Harbor Freight bead roller to create this door skin with the 39 Chevy body line incorporated into it. Check it out. I think you'll like it. Hey folks, I'm Mike. This is KEI Fabrication. 2.5 years ago, we pulled what was left of this vintage open wheel NASCAR modified out of the woods, and we've begun the resurrection process. Here we are 45 years later, and this car is extremely close to returning to the track. I hope you like this stuff. Follow along, like, share, and subscribe, and go on the journey with us. I wanted to show you something that I am a little bit excited about. I just spent a good 6 hours machining up. This is the top die. I got a whole bucket full of shavings. This is 4140 2-inch bar stock that I whittled down to a bead roller die, and I'll show you why I did that in just a minute. Alright, this is the rear quarter of the old B&J Special, and the body is in such poor shape, and obviously it was in a lot of wrecks, and the body line from the factory is a pretty substantial push out of sheet metal. And as you saw in one of my previous videos, I did pick up another complete shell of a 39 Chevy, and that was for the doors and the quarter panels. Well, I was pretty hesitant to chop that whole thing up until I'm ready to completely replace this body, but I was hoping to be able to do. Because these door skins are pretty much a flat panel from the bottom of the quarter window all the way down to the ground, I figured if I just had sheet metal and put that cosmetic bead in it, it would save me from chopping up a really good set of doors. So what I did was I created a set of dies to help put that feature in some material. So let's take a look at how it works. So this, because it is such a deep feature, it's got to be done in multiple steps. And I'm going to use the forward and reverse option here. To help speed things up. By the way, if you haven't got the Eastwood mechanical drive with the gear motor and the electric motor and the foot pedal, I highly suggest that you do that, because man, in this situation, especially with forward and reverse, it really is a game changer. And I just saw that they have it on sale for $2.99. I think I paid $3.50 for it. So in case you're wondering, this is 20 gauge sheet metal. This is a lot of material to move. Alright. So I don't know if you can see that. So that's what the initial shaping looks like. And here's what the final shape looks like. I don't know if you can see that, but it's pretty darn close for a guess, right? And so this will end up being the patch panel for this, and I think it'll work out quite nicely. All right. not bad. I got a lot of time on the lathe with that, but for the first try, I'm pretty happy with it. Well, this is either going to work or it's going to be the ruination of a perfectly good chunk of sheet metal. Yep. What's going on? Alright gang, that's going to be it for the door skin on the old number 7. I have to come clean. This is the door skin 2.0. I went and did a second door skin. One of the issues I was having is the first one I made, obviously that was a trial run for the tooling, but the issue was I did not have anything to support this big sheet of sheet metal as I was feeding it through the die, and it ended up being a crazy effect on the die itself, on the shape of the contour itself. This one came out slightly better. I'm not sure, I might use the other one for the driver's side, and I may use like a corking tool or something to knock the line around a little bit to help straighten it out so it doesn't look like it's waving back at you when you stand from the side. So anyway, I've been trying to make some progress here. You know how people say, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise? Well, let me tell you something. The creek rose around here. As a matter of fact, it made creeks where there was never any creeks around. We had 8 inches of rain, and my property is one of the low points of the property that surrounds. So all the surface water found its way path of least resistance, and I took 2 solid days just to dig some water management trenches to divert it. So I got some footage showing you what was involved doing that. So take a look at that, and that is another weekend that I wasn't able to work on the car. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. that's the first 75 feet of the trench. So you can see this tree in the first one. It's about another 75 feet down to the two trees right there. Here's the goal posts. And there's another 75 feet of trench. So the 4500 ran for a good 5 hours non-stop today. Dug somewhere around 200 feet of trench and moved all these stones to build a dam. And now we've got no flow on the opposite side.